Question is that the motion be agreed to, and I give the call to member for Gilmore.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I am pleased to have this opportunity today to talk about the wonderful women in defence on the New South Wales South Coast. My electorate of Gilmore has a strong defence presence. I am proud to say that the New South Wales South Coast is home to HMAS Albatross and HMAS Creswell. HMAS Albatross, based at Nowra, where I proudly worked, is Australia's largest operational naval establishment and the Royal Australian Navy's only air station, home to the Fleet Air Arm. And HMAS Creswell, the Navy's officer training school on the shores of Jervis Bay. Deputy Speaker, HMAS Albatross has been an integral part of the Nowra community for over 70 years. With around 1,200 personnel on the base, its local importance cannot be overstated. When we talk about the outstanding contribution of women to the Australian Defence Force, I can't help but think of HMAS Albatross. In 2017, HMAS Albatross made history with its first ever female commanding officer, Captain Fiona Sneath. With Captain Sneath as CO, the Albatross Command, including the Executive Officer, First Lieutenant, Ship's Warrant Officer, Coxswain, Command Staff Officer and Legal Officer were all women. It wouldn't be all that long ago that an all-female command team at a key Navy base would have been unheard of. This is an outstanding demonstration of the Navy's support for women in the Defence Force and speaks to the strength and abilities of HMAS Albatross's women. Captain Sneath has an impressive career in defence, and she is a great example of a woman working her way right to the top. Captain Sneath joined the Royal Australian Navy in 1994 as a direct entry legal officer. She rose through the ranks with a wide range of postings as a legal officer and eventually becoming the Chief Legal Advisor at Navy Headquarters. From 2011 to 2014, she was the Staff Legal Advisor to the Chief of the Defence Force, advising on the implementation of cultural reviews such as the Australian Human Rights Commission review into the treatment of women in the ADF, responses to sexual offences and allegations of abuse within defence, combat deaths, complex personnel disputes and reforms to the military justice system. Captain Sneath was awarded a Commander Joint Operations Gold Commendation for her performance as a legal officer in operations, and before she became CO at HMAS Albatross, she was Director of the Military Law Centre, Deputy Director, Asia Pacific Centre for Military Law. I've had the pleasure of meeting Captain Sneath on many occasions, and she is an outstanding woman. But she's not alone. There are so many amazing women just like Captain Sneath in our Defence Force. And it's perhaps easy to see why if we take a look at HMAS Creswell. HMAS Creswell is home to the Royal Australian Naval College, the Navy's officer training school with over 100 defence personnel. Recently, I had the opportunity to attend 2 welcome events for new entry officers at Creswell, for new recruits in the Getting Division and the Clarkson Division. There are 140 new entry officers training right now that will graduate in November. As Captain Warren Bairstale, the commanding officer of HMAS Creswell, so well put it in his address to new recruits, the aim of the welcome event was learning soft skills, how we relate to people, and how important and vital these soft skills will be for life as an officer in the Navy. But what also struck me as extraordinary as I entered and talked with many of the new officers and their trainers was the diversity of backgrounds from which new recruits came from. New recruits ranged from 18 years of age to around 50 or so years of age, many women and men. Some came from working at Albatross, the local area, interstate, Army and Air Force and overseas. New recruits came from civilian backgrounds such as working in hospitality, working as a personal trainer, the trades, a civilian pilot, and the list goes on. An extraordinary mature age pathway based on diversity, which I have no doubt is having a significant impact on encouraging women in defence. The benefit of HMAS Albatross and HMAS Creswell in the local community is profound. Defence personnel, their families and children are totally embedded in our community. We love our defence family, and I am committed to working with the government and the Navy to grow defence jobs in our local area. I commend the Navy and Defence for its support of women at HMAS Albatross, HMAS Creswell and across Australia.
Thank